What's up everybody, it's Paul from Find the Mouse, and today I'll be answering 35 frequently asked questions about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And I mean all the good stuff you want to know, like what's the best time to ride Smuggler's Run, getting that black Kyber crystal for your custom built lightsaber, getting a reservation in the Cantina, and so much more. If you go to the description, I left a time code so you can easily skip to what you're looking for. Feel free to watch the whole thing though, but just to make it easier for you, I left the time codes in the description. Can I get a thumbs up for making it easier on you? Alright, let's dive into the basics. Question number 1, what is Galaxy's Edge? Galaxy's Edge is a new Star Wars land located inside of the Disneyland Resort. It is not a separate park, but rather an extension of Disneyland like that of Fantasyland or Toontown. Question number 2, what is there to do inside of Galaxy's Edge? Inside this Star Wars themed land, there are plenty of activities for all ages and levels of thrill seekers. There are 2 rides, the Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run and Rise of the Resistance, but we'll get to those in a minute. Merchandise. There's plenty of it all throughout Galaxy's Edge, including Savi's workshop where you can participate in a secret ceremony to build your own custom lightsaber, and the Droid Depot where you can hand build your own droids from parts off of an assembly line. For those of you who are foodies and have a lust for drinking food, there's stuff for you too. There's 2 quick service restaurants and plenty of stands serving beverages and other snacks. Don't forget to pick up your adult beverages inside the Cantina too. Question number 3, is Galaxy's Edge from a Star Wars movie? The simple answer is no. The city inside of Galaxy's Edge is called Black Spire Outpost, and as of now we have not directly seen this planet in the Star Wars cinematic universe, but Disney's creative team has announced that they would like to add Batuu to future Star Wars projects. Although some of the characters like Don Oktar from Don Oktar's Den of Antiquities has been mentioned in Rogue One, Batuu has definitely not made an on-screen appearance yet. This could change though. By the time you're watching this video, there could be a movie out with Batuu in it, so only time will tell. Question number 4, is Galaxy's Edge kid friendly? This kind of seems like a silly question to those of you without kids, but it's a valid question for those of us that are parents, and they want to know, like, can my child enjoy Galaxy's Edge too? Is it too scary? It's like, what's happening with it? Galaxy's Edge is very kid friendly. When I made my visit, there are plenty of children roaming around with their parents. However, I do recommend this area for children 5 and up, as there are not many things for younger kids to do. But who knows, they might enjoy it too. Question number 5, is Galaxy's Edge handicap accessible? Yes, Galaxy's Edge is very handicap accessible. They have plenty of ramps, wide-in doorways, bathrooms, and special access to attractions. Question number 6, does Galaxy's Edge cost extra? Is it exclusive? Galaxy's Edge does not cost extra. Boom. Plain and simple. There have been many rumors out there, but I'm telling you, all you really need to get into Galaxy's Edge is a general Disneyland admission ticket, and you can access Galaxy's Edge. As long as there is no capacity restrictions, you're good to go. Let's go ahead and move on to our next section, attractions. Question number 7, are there character meet and greets? This is a yes and a no question. Yes, you will run into plenty of characters during your visit, and they may stop for a photo, but at this time there are no designated areas to take pictures with characters inside of Black Spire Outposts. You may take a picture with a character inside the launch bay, but that's inside Tomorrowland. But other than that, the characters just kind of wander around. Question number 8, what characters will I encounter at Galaxy's Edge? From the second I walked in, I saw Chewbacca standing off to the side greeting guests. You'll find 2 different types of people inside of Galaxy's Edge, the Rebels and the First Order. From the Rebels, I've seen Chewbacca and Rey running around and hiding from the First Order patrols. There's also a new character named, sorry if I mess this up, V. Moradi, I'm going with that, who is a spy for the rebellion and can be seen running from the stormtroopers. On the First Order side, you will definitely see some stormtroopers, like I just said, I don't need to repeat myself, commanders, and even Kylo Ren patrolling the area looking for rebel scum, like you. Just kidding, you're not rebel scum. It's pretty cool to see them play the game of cat and mouse though. Literally, you'll see Rey running through the crowds. In a few minutes, you'll see a stormtrooper hot on her trail. Like when Rey came over to me and she's like, oh no, look out for the stormtroopers. I'm like, go hide in the alley. She's like, thanks. And she ran over there down this alley. And then like 2 minutes later, a stormtrooper came up and was like, have you seen this rebel? I was like, she's over there. And literally just told on her. It was pretty hilarious. Question number 9. Can I meet Mickey Mouse and friends inside of Galaxy's Edge? Unfortunately, Mickey Mouse nor any of his pals were in the Star Wars films, so you will not be seeing them there. End of story. Let's move on to the next section, rides. Question number 10. What is the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run? The Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is a new take on a motion simulator. The concept of the ride is simple. A notorious smuggler has enlisted your help to recover goods on a very dangerous mission, hence why he is sending you and your crew. You and 5 other people must successfully navigate the Millennium Falcon to retrieve the goods. Oh, and did I mention it's interactive? There are 2 pilots, one that moves the ship up and down, and the other left and right. I should mention that the pilot on the right is the one that gets to activate hyperspace, so keep that in mind next time you're boarding on. Behind the pilots on either side of the cockpit is 2 gunners who shoot anything that needs to be shot, and behind them are 2 engineers who fix anything that needs fixing. Your first run can be a little overwhelming. It wasn't until the ride was halfway over that I realized, okay, these flashing buttons, I need to be pressing these. Same goes for each of the crew members. This ride is a motion simulator, so for those who get motion sickness, you might want to sit this one out. Although this ride is a motion simulator, you're probably thinking this is exactly like Star Tours, but it's nothing like Star Tours, and it's not in 3D. And honestly, I don't even think it needs to be in 3D. Literally, when you're inside of the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, it really feels like you're flying. Like, it feels like this ship just took off from inside this building and you're jetting your way through the galaxy. Like, it's that awesome. I liked it. Some people didn't like the interactive element to it because they felt like it was taking away from the ride, which I can understand. But you know what? Even if you don't do your job, I'm pretty sure you can still ride the ride and enjoy it. Question number 11. What is the height requirement for Smuggler's Run? Smugglers must be at least 38 inches or taller to ride this ride. Simple. Question number 12. What is the best time to visit Smuggler's Run? The best time to ride can be a little tricky because it varies from day to day. From what I have seen from the many years of being an annual pass holder, the best time to ride new rides is when the park opens. You want to be there before the park even opens. This is called rope drop. So when you hear people say, oh, I'm going to rope drop, that means they're getting there before the park opens and they're waiting in the very front of the park for when they actually drop the ropes. Yes, there are people that go to rope drop, and those are the people that usually get on all the best attractions first, because guess what? There's no line. Nobody wants to wake up that early, not even me, but I did it for Walt Disney World. So if you want to get there and you want to ride the Millennium Falcon with no line, you're just going to have to wake up and just deal with it. When I went to Animal Kingdom, I went to rope drop for Flight of Passage, and usually that line is about 4 hours long. Well, I was able to get on that ride literally from the beginning to end and riding in 34 minutes versus 4 hours. I'll do that any day. And the line was moving the entire time. It's not like we were stopped for a long time. We were just walking. That's how long the line really is, and the show. So another recommendation I have for you, if you don't want to wake up early, try hitting it when there's parades or fireworks. Usually people are distracted and want to see those things, so a lot of the crowds will definitely be somewhere else. Definitely during parades, because have you seen how many people line on the side of the roadways? Yeah. The last and final tip that I'll give you is go towards the end of the day. And when I say the end of the day, I mean closing, like the last 10 minutes that the ride is open. During this time, most people have left the park or they're in their cars trying to beat traffic. There are still some people there, but your best bet is to go during the end. You won't be disappointed. The line might still be a little bit long, or even say 60 minutes or however long, but usually all the cast members that are working the attraction are shuffling people through as fast as possible, really trying to get everyone through the line on the ride. So those are my recommendations for the best time to ride Smuggler's Run. Question 13. What is Rise of the Resistance? Rise of the Resistance is the latest attraction that will be added to the Galaxy's Edge themed land at the end of 2019. Now, if you're watching this video in 2020 or 2021, you'll know this attraction will already be open. Rise of the Resistance is a new trackless dark ride that starts on the planet of Batuu. Now, I'm going to go ahead and walk through a little bit of what we know and the story so you guys can get an idea of how awesome this attraction will be. You will be greeted by BB-8 and get enlisted to help the Resistance by none other than Rey. Rey will instruct you that Poe is to fly you off Batuu to another location to assist the Resistance. About 50 riders will load into the transport ship, which is essentially a standing motion simulator, with Poe as the captain. Poe will attempt to leave the atmosphere and jump into hyperspace, but things don't go as planned. As all Star Wars movies, you can never escape your fate, essentially. You are intercepted by a Star Destroyer and beamed inside, where you will be greeted by 50 stormtroopers. Now, from what I'm hearing, a few of those stormtroopers will actually be animatronic figures that will make slight movements. The rest of them will be projected on a screen. We have seen this technology on Mission Breakout at California Adventure, but this is the first time we will be seeing it at Disneyland. From there, you'll be transported into a detention center and the trackless vehicle where you will meet more excitement. From what I heard, this will be 3 or 4 different attractions mixed into one. You have the standing motion simulator, which is the transport ship. Then you're ushered over into the detention center and you'll be put on that trackless cart that I was talking about. And I've also heard that there will be some kind of drop elements, possibly some water elements. We just don't know 100% yet, but if you check back for this video later, I'll shoot you some links to where you can find out more information about this ride when it becomes available. Question number 14. Are FastPasses and MaxPass available for Star Wars Galaxy Edge attractions? As of mid-2019, there are no FastPasses available, but later this year in 2019, it will be introduced, so make sure to check the description for more information. Like I said, all this stuff that I'm putting in this video, I'm going to be updating later in the description as we find out more information. So let's move on to the next section. Costume policy. Question number 15. Can I wear a costume? Yes and no. Let's go down some of the basics of wearing a costume in Galaxy's Edge. I feel like a lot of people have been having a hard time with understanding the clear rules of costumes in Galaxy's Edge. Starting with what is permitted, please direct your attention to the graphic on the screen. Disney bounding is A-OK. Basically wearing clothes together that pays tribute to a Star Wars character, that's okay. Wearing Batuu inspired outfits are okay as well. such as muted tones, vests, layers, and etc. Now let's go over what is not permitted. All robes are not allowed. So basically, if you buy a robe inside Galaxy's Edge, you cannot wear it. Just FYI. Also, military style clothing, not allowed. Masks, face paint, headwear, blasters, or holders, also prohibited. Not limited to full armor or full character suits. Sorry guys, I know you guys want to cosplay, and I'm sure your costumes look really amazing. I would love to see them, but unfortunately, those are the rules. So let's go into our next section, building a custom lightsaber. Question number 16, how much does it cost to build a custom lightsaber? You might have seen the videos on YouTube about building a custom lightsaber. It's a pretty cool experience because you get to pick out your own Kyber crystal that dictates the color of your lightsaber. Then you're guided through the assembly and the sacred tradition of building your own lightsaber, one that you are quote unquote bonded to. That experience comes in at $200, or as they say, 200 credits. Now I've heard that if you use the same Kyber crystal from your lightsaber and pick yourself up a holocron from Don Okdar's Den of Antiquities and put that Kyber crystal inside that holocron, it'll tell you exactly what character from Star Wars represents you. That is pretty cool actually. I didn't know that until recently, and my mind is pretty blown. Question number 17. How do I get a black Kyber crystal? After you've completed building your lightsaber at Savi's workshop, you have the option to buy additional crystals such as yellow, white, violet, green, and red. One thing several people have discovered is that inside the red Kyber crystal container, they have found a special black Kyber crystal from the dark side. According to Happy Place Explorers on YouTube, you could place your flashlight on the other side of the Kyber crystal container and see what's inside. If the container is darker, there is a black crystal inside. From what I have heard, these black crystals are rare and they only put out a handful a day. And I swear, if you go onto YouTube, people are selling them for like $300. Don't do that. Disney has been banning people for a year for buying stuff at the park and selling on eBay for a ridiculous price, mainly because they use their annual passport discount. But still, a lot of people have been flooding the shelves and blocking other people from getting the red crystals just so they can buy up as many black crystals and sell them online. Do not do that. I repeat, do not do that. That's a pretty crappy thing to do, and it ruins the magic for everyone else. Question 18. How do I make a reservation to build a lightsaber? During the soft opening period of Galaxy's Edge, guests were able to walk up and get a reservation for Savi's workshop to build a lightsaber. With Disneyland's new system, now you have to make a reservation using the Disneyland app or at Disneyland.com. Here are a few things to note about making reservations. 1. You can only make same-day reservations, so if you're planning to visit Disneyland in 2 months, you can't make an advance reservation. The best strategy is to wake up early and jump on the Disneyland app to make your appointment. 2. You must pay the full $200 deposit in order to make your reservation. This confirms your reservation. Please note that once you make your $200 deposit, you are held liable. So if you don't show up to your reservation or you try to cancel, there are no cancellations. You will be charged $200. If you don't show up to your appointment, you will be charged $200. Time will fill up fast, so make sure to book your reservations ASAP. Note that the builder is limited to 2 guests during the experience, and someone has to be at least 14 years old. To check in, you must arrive 20 minutes prior to your appointment time. If reservations do book up, Be sure to check back on the Disneyland app or Disneyland.com because more appointments may become available. Just don't give up. Keep trying. Question number 19. Can I build a droid inside Galaxy's Edge? And the answer is yes, you can build your own droid. Building your own droid is a very cool experience. Inside of the droid depot, you'll see remnants of other droids that you can pick up from a conveyor belt. From there, you get to assemble your remote control droid and even give it a personality chip. Question number 20. How much does it cost to build a droid? Well, in Galaxy's Edge, as they say, it costs 99 galactic credits to build this droid. Well, it really costs 99 US dollars, but it's a lot more fun to say galactic credits because that's what they say. Just to let you know. Question 21. What is the best time to build a droid? I've seen Droid Depot very packed and other times not so much. It really depends on the time you go. Like other activities, I would say go in the morning or during parades or even the fireworks. Question number 22. What are the other merchandise areas inside Galaxy's Edge? In the Black Spire Marketplace, you can find a variety of different shops, including Toy Darian's Toy Shop, the Creature Stall, and Black Spire Outfitters. You can find everything from clothes, toys, and even plushes like this little Porg puppet. Just past the marketplace, you will run into Don Oktar's Den of Antiquities. Inside, you will find unique items such as holocrons, ration containers, and other amazing things. If the Empire is more your thing, then head on over to the First Cargo for all of your anti-rebel needs. Let's move over to the next section, food offerings. Question 23. How do I make a reservation to Oga's Cantina? If you're wanting to visit Oga's Cantina, a reservation is required. Like building a lightsaber at Savi's, only same-day reservations are available. There is a refundable $10 deposit per person for each reservation. If you do not show up for your reservation, then your credit card will be charged and there are no cancellations. So when you're making a reservation for Oga's Cantina, you have to pay a $10 refundable deposit that you will get back when you check in, but you have to make sure every single person is there. And you don't have to have every single person do it on the app, on the Disneyland app or on Disneyland.com. You can add everyone to your reservation on the Disneyland app. To check in, you must arrive at least 15 minutes prior to your reservation. Like I said with Savi's workshop, if all of the time slots are filled up in the morning when you check, make sure to check back later and frequently because more times will become available for those who are late to the party. Question number 24. What is there to eat in Galaxy's Edge? If you're looking for multicolored popcorn, Kat Saka's kettle inside the Black Spire Market has exactly what you're looking for. A few shops over in Ronto's Roasters, you could pick up some pork and sausage wraps, as well as jerky and signature non-alcoholic drinks. Dock Bay 7 has the biggest selection of food options in all of Galaxy's Edge. This menu includes ribs, several different types of salads, plant-based meatloaf, and pot roast. Now, if you're looking for alcohol, like I said before, Oga's Cantina is your spot. Depending on the time of day that you go into Oga's Cantina, they have a different menu for morning, afternoon, and the evening. Oga's Cantina is the only place you can consume alcohol outside of Disneyland's exclusive Club 33. And most of you know that Club 33 costs $12,000 a year to be a member of, so it's not likely that most of us will be having drinks in Disneyland there anytime soon. Last but not least, the milk stand. I don't think I need to elaborate what you can get there. However, I will answer some questions about the blue and the green milk. Question 25, blue or green milk? The question to end all questions. What is better, blue or green milk? From my experience, just about everyone I've spoken to said that the blue milk is better than the green milk. Even the cast members said that. But I'll let you be the judge of that. Question number 26. What does the blue milk taste like?
Till the Spire, blue milk. I mean, how do you describe that? It's like it's almost like blueberry, but it's a slushy. It's not really milk, it's like a slushy. Very tropical. I don't say it's like one of those blue like suckers. It's like the blue ones with the gum inside. Like, very delicious. Here's to the Empire.
Question number 27. Is the blue milk dairy free? Yes, the blue and the green milk are both dairy free and are made up of rice and coconut milk. Question number 28. How much does the blue milk cost? Blue and green milk both cost $7.99 plus tax per cup. The cups really aren't that big, but they definitely are filling. Not something I would buy every visit though, especially for the price, but it was still amazing and I definitely recommend trying it at least once. Now let's move on to the last and the final section, planning your day. Question number 29. Where is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge located? Galaxy's Edge is located inside the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim. As I mentioned before, you don't need a separate ticket. Your regular Disneyland admission will get you in as long as they don't reach capacity. Question number 30. Where do I park to get into Galaxy's Edge? Now, parking isn't really tricky at all. You can park in any of the general Disneyland parking lots, which is the Mickey and Friends parking structure on Disney Way, the Pixar Pal parking structure when it becomes available in the same area, and the Toy Story lot off of Harbor. I do not recommend parking in downtown Disney as theme park access from the downtown Disney lot is strictly prohibited. Question 31. How do I get to Galaxy's Edge from inside of Disneyland? Getting into Galaxy's Edge is fairly simple, and there are 3 entrances to visit Star Wars Land. Note that these entrances could become exits, so be sure to check back for updates in the description below. Entrance number 1 is located next to the Hungry Bear restaurant on the edge of Critter Country. This path will take you directly to Rise of the Resistance, then take you to the marketplace first. Entrance number 2, located in between Rivers of America and Big Thunders in Frontierland. This is the closest entrance to the Droid Depot and Savi's workshop. Entrance number 3 is located on the outskirts of Fantasyland, just to the left of the Casey Jr. train. This path will take you to the First Order cargo and is the closest entrance to the milk stand and the cantina. Like I said, depending on how Disney plans to handle the crowds, these entrances could become exits, so please check back for any updates. Question 32. What to do first in Galaxy's Edge? It's really up to you what you want to do first, but if you want to be smart, then you need a plan and be very strategic, and it just so happens I have that plan for you. The very first thing you should do, like I said earlier in this video, is book your reservation for Oga's Cantina or Savi's workshop to build a custom lightsaber. If you're planning to do these things, you want to make sure to do this first, otherwise you'll miss out. Once you've made your reservation, determine the time you're going to be entering the park. If you want to go to morning rope drop, then you need to go to rope drop if you're planning on going on Smuggler's Run. Now, it is a new attraction, and I know they're still in the boarding pass system, which will end soon, so I'm not really going to talk about that. It's not going to last forever, but you need to make sure if you want to go on Smuggler's Run, the best time to go is during rope drop, which is when the park first opens. You want to get there before the park even opens, and from there you could ride Smugglers Run. It should be no longer than 30 minutes. Now, another good time to visit is when parades and the fireworks are happening. Usually people are crowding the streets or specific areas, so the lines for attractions won't be as bad. Last, my final recommendation, if you're trying to go on Smugglers Run, is to go when the park is closing. That's also a good time, and I mean like the last 10 minutes. So after you've planned everything out and you're good to go, so now you have all the attractions planned out, what time you're going to go on the ride, what time you're going to build a lightsaber or visit the cantina. That's a very strategic plan. So you will experience, or you will notice that you have downtime, and during this downtime, I encourage you to just go out and check out some of the secrets that Galaxy's Edge has to offer. I made an awesome video about that. I'll leave the link in the description. 30 secrets and Easter eggs hidden in Galaxy's Edge. Definitely check it out because there's so many secrets and Easter eggs hidden throughout Galaxy's Edge. It's crazy. Way more than 30. It'll blow your mind. So definitely take in all the sights and check out the secrets. It's awesome. Question number 33. Are reservations to Galaxy's Edge still required? As of June 24th, 2019, reservations will no longer be required. Question 34. Do I need an annual passport to attend Galaxy's Edge? You do not need a Disneyland annual passport to visit Galaxy's Edge. Anyone with a Disneyland general admission ticket may visit, but remember, there may be restrictions due to the area reaching capacity. Number 35. Galaxy's Edge Lingo. The Disney creative team has developed lingo that the residents of Black Spire Outpost use, and it adds a whole new level of immersion to the suspension of disbelief. It's crazy. I mean, these people think they actually live on this planet Batuu. So if you say anything about Disneyland, they're like, what? What are you talking about? They're just like, they're not being rude. It's just they're really into character. So let's take a look at what the residents of Batuu are saying to guests. We're gonna start with the greetings. Bright suns means hello in the morning. Rising moons means hello in the evening. Ignite the spark is a greeting for the resistance. Light the fire is a response to ignite the spark. For the order, telling someone you support the order. And sometimes you'll see some nervous residents of Batuu saying for the order because they're kind of scared that the stormtroopers will find out that they support the resistance. Goodbyes. May the spire keep you, wishing someone well. Till the spire, have a good day. Good journey. Basically, same exact thing. Only the ancients know. I don't know. That's pretty cool. Only the ancients know. Here are some miscellaneous phrases that I've picked up as well. Refresher. That's the restroom. So if you ask for the bathroom, they're not going to know what the heck you're talking about. They'll probably say something like, oh, the refresher? And you say, yeah, sure. The hydrator. That's the water fountain. Data pad. Mobile phone. Real life scenario. I've seen this happen. Somebody dropped their mobile phone, and then one of the cast members walking by was like, oh, watch out, you dropped your data pad. That's like how committed they are. Youngling, child. Youngling transporter, a stroller. Travelers, people who do not live or work in Batuu. I'm serious, these people, they literally act like they work there and they're all trying to make their money so they can move off of Batuu. But apparently, from what I've heard, they all work for Oga in Oga's Cantina, which I find very interesting. Off-world, places outside of Galaxy's Edge. Well, these have been 35 questions answered about Galaxy's Edge. All of my tips and tricks to help you get on more stuff and see more things at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. If you liked the video, please let me know down in the comments below. I always appreciate a subscription. It only takes 1 second to make my day, so please do that. Feel free to check back for more information, or if you would like to add something, let me know down in the comments below. I will definitely respond to you as long as you're nice. Alright guys, thanks for watching.